Hey, welcome to the Kona update. We're a couple days after the big dance. I'm actually at the North Shore in Oahu right now, trying to recover not only physically but mentally. It's been really tough. It's been a tough second part of the year after Roth. You know, getting a knee injury and having to deal with all that stuff. Being off running maybe close to 5 weeks and off the bike for 4 weeks. Caused some major troubles in my preparation, but the last 5 weeks went pretty smooth and I felt great and I had good numbers. Felt really in shape and ready to race. Of course, Hawaii you have to be 100%, and I was not that close to 100%, but I could still believe that I can make a possible, well, it's hard to say, but I was still hoping to make a top 6, and it looked like it was possible for a long time. I mean, the swim was great, there was no issue. I felt it was a fast pace, but a couple surprises this year in the first pack. But nevertheless, we were 25 people in the first pack, and it was really a long way out to Hawaii. So many people there. I was really scared of jumping people, and I should have taken maybe a little bit more risk, because at the end it's just not smart to stay at the end. Well, once we went up to Hawaii, I stepped up my game and I passed a lot of people. And at the very top, we had some minor issues, special needs. I had to stop, had to wait 20 seconds, and catching up to the group was kind of hard. It was only Van Lierde then up front with Luke McKenzie and a few big hitters, and Ferris was right there as well. And so we pushed the pace. I think I was in 5th when I got off the bike. I was tired, but I felt good, and I felt really good running out. No problems whatsoever. But that's when it actually started. Like on the bike, I did feel a little bit stomach issues coming up. The water tasted weird. I mean, I talked to so many athletes, so many top guys were throwing up. A few of them finished, like Ineko's finished, Starkey finished, a bunch of other people threw up, and I think it hit me really bad. 15 Ks into the run, I started feeling really bad, threw up the first time, and the closer I got to the energy lap, the harder the race gets, as usual. That's not the real problem. It is tough, but it was, like the not being able to keep the fluids down really put a bummer into my race, and at some point I had to stop. The cramps were just way too bad to continue, and there was no way I could possibly run, and so I stopped, I stretched, I waited 5, 6, 7 minutes, but it didn't get better. I was already back to 20th place, and running 5th, 6th place the whole time was great. I think I could have held on to that, but it's totally out of my control, and never had those stomach issues before, so I really believe something must have happened. But I don't know if it was my fault or not. I did my typical nutrition plan. I had nothing going on really, but well, that's how it is. So after cramps, I decided to climb in the ambulance, and I rode back home, and it was a disaster mentally. Finishing 4 times in the top 10 and then having such a terrible race was really upsetting. And well, it is how it is. It's not the end of the world. I had an amazing season. I still have a bronze at World Championships. I have a 752 this year, so man, it has been great, and I'm thankful for that. Just Hawaii means so much to me, and I still believe I have what it takes to be all the way up there. But now I'm not sure if I want to chase that dream anymore, because what's the point of racing all year, getting points, doing the qualification and everything, and there are so many nice races. I mean, what I experienced in Roth was just so amazing, and it showed me what triathlon can really be. So I'm not sure if I want to do a lot of racing, just for getting points, just to get to Hawaii, and maybe even be tired by the time when I get to Hawaii. Because fact is, I will race Roth. The other races, I mean, I have ideas of what I want to do the coming year, but not sure if I want to chase the points. It's just so much effort, and at the end of the day, it's not really worth it. I mean, it's worth it going to Hawaii, that's for sure. It is still one of the biggest, or it is the biggest race, at least on American soil. I mean, in Europe we think a little different, but I haven't made up my mind, so I can honestly tell you that I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. But nevertheless, you know, there are a bunch of interesting races. The goal was to race Ironman Florida, validate, and be ready for next year. Now I'm sitting here on the North Shore, looking at all the longboarders, having a gin tonic here, just enjoying life and trying to recover from that mental beating that I got by having to drop out. You know, there are not many DNFs in my life so far, so it's really upsetting, but there's simply nothing I could do. So I apologize to the fans, you know, and of course also to my sponsors. I mean, it was probably my last race for Leopard Trek, so I'm not really sure what the future will bring, man. I have very good ideas, I know the future, but as of now, I mean, it looks like I might be done for the rest of the year, and still recovery. I'll check back in a little bit later. A couple of other interesting news. I'm under contract with Skechers, and I really enjoyed running those shoes. Very light, very competitive shoe. Well, too bad I couldn't show what's in me for that last little bit of the marathon, but I'll show you. Well, thanks everyone, you know, for checking in and seeing how I do. I apologize, it took a few days, but I guess I had to find the right words to be ready to tell you guys how I feel about it. Thanks to all the sponsors for your ongoing trust, for your support. Well, I guess that's about it. I'll keep surfing a few more days. I'm gonna celebrate in a few days my birthday in Waikiki, I believe. I don't know what the lady has planned. It's her time right now. But I mean, look at the surrounding here. I mean, this is just what you see in the back here. There's a lot of palm trees, a lot of green, a lot of sand. So life is good, and I'm bouncing back, and you know, never forget, I'll be back very soon. So thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, thank you.